In today's video, we're going to learn about two very important classes in Selenium WebDriver, and these are called WebDriverWait and ExpectedConditions. Hi, my name is Marco Cruz, and welcome to automateNow. Let's dive in. First, we're going to head over to automateNow.io website and click on Sandbox page. Scroll down to the pop-up section, and here we're going to find this button that says Prompt Pop-up. When we click on this button, we see this alert box that comes up, along with these two buttons, OK and Cancel. We can change this text here and enter our own text, or we can leave it as is and click OK. When we click OK, we see this message being displayed. The text that we're going to write is going to click on this button, and then it's going to enter some text in this pop-up here. So let me just enter my name here, and then I'm going to click OK. I'm about to show you how we can tell Selenium to wait for this text to appear on the screen. Let's go to the code, and we're going to head over to the base page class. Here we're going to implement two new methods. The first method is going to be called setAlertText. As you may recall from the last video, before we can interact with an alert, we first need to switch to that alert by using a method called switchTo. And here we're going to say driver.switchTo.alert. This is going to allow us to interact with the alert. Then we're going to say dot, and here we're going to select send keys because we want to change the default text that appears in the input field. And here we're just going to pass text. And let me go back to the application. We're going to click this button, and we're going to change this text that appears here to whatever text the user passes in. Next, we're going to work on the method that is going to wait for whatever text that appears in this area here. And the first class that we're going to learn about is called WebDriverWait. This class allows us to wait for certain conditions during test execution. We're going to give it the name of wait. And next we say equal to new WebDriverWait. And the parameters that we need to pass here is the WebDriver along with the timeout, noted in seconds. So here we're going to say driver, comma, and then however many seconds we want to wait for. I'm going to say 3. So this wait is going to allow us to wait up to 3 seconds for a given condition to be met. Next, we're going to say wait dot until. And here we're going to call the other important class that I talked about, which is ExpectedConditions. Both of these classes, WebDriverWait and ExpectedConditions, come from the same Selenium package, which is support.ui. The ExpectedConditions class supplies a set of common conditions that can be waited for using the WebDriverWait. Here we're going to say dot, and notice all the expected conditions that we can wait for. We can wait for an element to be clickable, for an alert to be present, for an element to be selected, and much more. The one that we're going to be working with is this method, text2be. And this takes two parameters, a locator and a string value. Here we're going to pass locator, comma, text. And what this wait is going to do is to wait for a given text to appear in a given element, and is going to wait for up to 3 seconds. Now that this is done, let's go back to the application, because now we're going to write a method that is going to click on this button here. Let's go ahead and inspect it. And here we have an ID that we can use to locate this element. And now we're going to go to the sandbox page object, and we're going to create a new method here. We're going to call it click prompt popup. And we're going to call the click method from the base page object to click on the button that opens the pop-up. We need a locator, so let's go ahead and add it to the top of this class. And pass this locator to our method. We're going to add one more method here. And this is going to be called wait for prompt pop-up result. And notice that this requires that we pass in a string. That is because we need to pass whatever string is here to that method. So let's go ahead and inspect this element here. And notice that we have an ID that we can use. So let's copy this ID. And now we can say wait for element text. This is the method that we just wrote in the base page class. This one over here. And here we're going to need to pass a locator. So let's go ahead and add it here. Now we can pass in this locator to our method. Then we say comma expected text. So we just finished writing all the methods that we're going to need as part of the framework. We wrote two methods here in this base page class, one to set the alert text and another to wait for some text to appear. And then we wrote 2 more methods in the sandbox page object, one to click on the button to open the pop-up, and another to wait for the text to appear. Now we're ready to start writing our test. So let's go to the sandbox test class. And here we have a test called test prompt pop-up. Let us first create a string variable that is going to store the text that we're going to enter in the pop-up. Next, we're going to call the method in the sandbox page by saying sandbox page dot clicked prompt pop-up, followed by set alert text, which is the method we created in the base page class. And here we're going to pass the name. And let's see what we've done so far. If we go back to the application, we have clicked on this, and then we have set a name here, Marco. Now we need to accept this pop-up by clicking OK. Luckily, we already have a method that we created in the previous video, and that method is called accept pop-up. This is inside of the base page class. And notice that what we do here is switch to the alert and call this accept method, which is going to click on the OK button. After we click OK, we need to verify the text that is displayed on the screen. So we're going to call sandbox page dot wait for prompt pop-up result. Let's go to the application to grab the text that we expect to find. So when we click OK, here's the text that we expect to find. So we're going to copy this. Now we go back to the test and enter that text here. And instead of having Marco here and here, I'm going to format this string so that we only have it in one place. And this is going to make our test easier to maintain. So one last time, let us quickly run through what our test is going to do. First, we're going to click that button to open the pop-up. Then we're going to set a name. We're then going to click the OK button. And lastly, we're going to wait for this text to appear on the screen. And here we're calling this method that we created in this page object, which then calls this other method in the base page class. And this is the one that's doing all the magic, to wait for the element text. Let's go ahead and run our test to see how it does. Let me place a breakpoint here so that we can actually see the text before the test ends. And I'm going to run it in debug mode. Alright, we hit the breakpoint. Let's go back to the application. And if we scroll down, notice that the text is displayed on the screen. Let's go ahead and finish this test execution. And here we can see that the test passed. Thank you so much for sticking around to watch this video. I have many more great videos coming your way. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you and see you in the next video.